The backyard transmission. All right, let's get one thing straight. This isn't a campfire story. This is a warning. If you ever thought about buying a house with a big, beautiful backyard, just stop. Stop right there. My name's not important. What's important is the American dream I bought into. A 3-bedroom, 2-bath slice of heaven in a quiet suburb outside of Columbus, Ohio. The place was a steal. Should have been my first red flag. The realtor said the previous owner left in a hurry. No forwarding address. I didn't think twice. I was too busy picturing barbecues and a future swing set. The backyard was a jungle. Overgrown weeds, a rusted-out swing set that looked like it came from a nightmare. I figured I'd earn my homeowner stripes and tame it. I was out there on a Saturday, yanking up vines when my shovel hit something solid. Metal, not a rock. I got down on my knees, pulled at the weeds with my bare hands. There it was, a metal box, like an old army ammo can, buried about a foot deep. It was locked shut, but the lock was so rusted, I smashed it off with a shovel. I pried the lid open. The smell, damp earth and old rust. And inside, not money, not jewels, a radio, an old, heavy walkie-talkie, the kind with a big antenna and a fuzzy speaker. It looked ancient. I picked it up. It was cold, heavier than it should be. I found a charging port on the side. Why not, right? I brought it inside, wiped the dirt off, plugged it in. A little red light glowed to life. It held a charge. Weird, but cool. A little piece of history. I left it on my nightstand. A curiosity. That first night, I couldn't sleep. The house was too quiet. Too new. I was just lying there, staring at the ceiling, watching the clock tick over to 3:06 a.m. And then 3:07. The static crackle made me jump. It ripped through the silence of the room. Then a voice. A whisper, dry like dead leaves scraping on pavement. It was so low I had to strain to hear it. You're lying in bed. The sheets are tangled around your ankles. You're staring at the clock. You're wondering if you left the garage door open. My blood went cold. I sat bolt upright. That's exactly what I was doing. Exactly. I fumbled for the radio, my heart hammering against my ribs. I stared out my window into the pitch-black backyard. Nothing. No one. I laughed, a nervous, shaky sound. Okay. A prank. A weird, elaborate prank from the guys at work. They knew I'd moved. They must have planted it. Yeah, that had to be it. I put the radio back on the nightstand and tried to forget about it. I failed. The next night, I was ready. 3:06 a.m. I was wide awake, staring at the radio. 3:07. Static. Then the whisper. You're sitting up now. You're holding your breath. You're listening for sounds in the house. You're thinking about the lock on the back door. I hadn't moved a muscle. How did it know? How could it possibly know I was mentally checking every lock in the house? This wasn't a prank. This was something else. This was paranoia. That's what it was. Pure, unfiltered paranoia. I spent the next day like a ghost in my own home. I didn't go to work. I called in sick. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. I had to get logical. Had to. This had an explanation. It had to. So I turned detective. I searched every inch of this house. I unscraped outlet covers, looked for pinhole cameras in the smoke detectors, ran my fingers along the tops of door frames for wires. Nothing. Not a damn thing. I went next door. Old Mr. Henderson has lived here for 40 years. I asked him, trying to sound casual, if the previous owner was into radios. Tech stuff. He just shook his head. Quiet man. Kept to himself. Then he was just gone one day. I asked about weird pranksters in the neighborhood. He looked at me like I was insane. This is a quiet street, son. I felt crazy. I was starting to believe I was. That night, I didn't just wait. I set a trap. I put the radio in the middle of the living room floor. I sat in a chair opposite it, perfectly still in complete darkness. A statue. 3:07 a.m. The static hit. The whisper. You're sitting in the old leather chair, the one you dragged in from the garage. You think if you don't move, I won't know you're there. You're wrong. I can smell your fear. It smells like copper and sweat. I lunged. I grabbed a radio and screamed into the mic. Who are you? What do you want? Silence. Just the hum of the fridge. Then, a soft, almost sighing whisper. My name. It said my name. Not the one I tell people. The full one. The one on my birth certificate that I hate. Nobody knows that. Not my friends. Not my boss. Nobody. That's when the rules changed. The voice wasn't just a narrator anymore. It was a presence. And it was in the house with me. I started talking to it. What else could I do? I'd ask yes or no questions. 1 crackle of static for yes. 2 for no. Are you the previous owner? Crackle. Yes. Are you dead? Crackle, crackle. No. Are you alone? A long pause. Then 2 soft, drawn-out bursts of static. No. It wasn't alone. The voice started offering information. Unsolicited. It told me the man who lived here before me. His name was Alistair. He dug the hole for the box, but he didn't put the radio in it. He was told to. The voice told me he's buried under the rose bushes by the back fence. I haven't checked. I can't. Last night, I broke. I was crying, screaming into the pillow. I yelled, just leave me alone. The voice went silent for a full minute. I thought it was over. Then it came back, calmer than ever, and it said, I am not your enemy. I am the only thing keeping them from coming inside. They are in the backyard. They have been there since you dug up the box. They are waiting for you to turn off the light. They are waiting for you to come out. This thing, this voice, it's not spying on me from outside. It's a lookout, a sentry, and it's trapped in here with me. It's tonight. It's all happening tonight. The voice, it's different, fainter. The static is louder, like it's fighting to be heard. It told me its battery is dying. It said when the red light on the charger goes out, the signal dies. And when the signal dies, they come in. I'm backed into a corner of my bedroom. I can hear them out there. It's not the wind. It's not animals. It's a low, grinding sound, like something heavy being dragged slowly through the gravel path around my house. And the whispering, it's not from the radio anymore. It's faint, coming from outside the windows. A chorus of dry, rasping whispers just on the edge of hearing. The voice on the radio is my only tether to sanity. It's guiding me. It's turned from a tormentor into a frantic coach. Listen to me. You have one chance. The car. You must get to the car. The keys are on the hook by the door. Do not look out the windows. Do not look at the back door. They are gathered there. They know the light is fading. I can't. I'm whispering, my throat tight with pure fear. They're everywhere. I hear them. You will hear the handle on the back door jiggle. Do not react. It is a test. They want you to look. If you look into its eyes, you are mine. You are theirs. Now. Go. Now. As if on cue, the metallic rattle of the back doorknob shakes violently. I stifle a scream, clamping my hand over my mouth. I want to vomit. The red light on the charger is flickering, dimming. The voice is urgent, breaking up. Run. Straight out the front door. Do not turn back. Do not look for me. Run. This is it. This is the choice. Die in this dark room, or make a run for it through a gauntlet of things I can't even comprehend. The red light on the charger gives one last, weak pulse and dies. The radio goes silent. Not even static. The whispering outside stops. The only sound is a dead, hollow click of the back door lock turning. I don't think. I just move. I burst out of my bedroom, slam into the hallway wall, and sprint for the front door. I don't look left. I don't look right. I fumble for the keys, my hands slick with sweat. I unlock the door, yank it open, and plunge into the cold night air. I don't look back at the house. I can feel it behind me. A presence. A wrongness. I dive into the driver's seat, jamming the key into the ignition. The engine roars to life. I slam it into drive and peel out, gravel spraying my tires screaming. I'm driving. I don't know where. Just away. My heart is trying to punch its way out of my chest. I'm breathing in ragged, sobbing gasps. I did it. I got out. I force myself to look in the rear view mirror. My house is shrinking in the distance, dark, silent. And sitting on my back porch step, clear as day under the motion sensor light I install myself, is a man. He's just sitting there. He's wearing my robe, and he's holding the old, dirty walkie-talkie up to his ear. He turns his head. He looks right down the road, right at me, and he smiles. The voice, his voice, it wasn't in the radio. It was in the house. And I just left the door wide open.